Our minds are so powerful to the point that you can travel to a future experience within your mind by visualizing it. When you visualize it and you feel the emotions of what that future event would have you in, like riding on a roller coaster. You know that riding on a roller coaster, you might be like, you could be scared. You could be excited. You could feel a rush of adrenaline. In that moment, your body will feel those emotions. It'll feel those emotions. And since it doesn't know the difference between like time and space, past and future, your body feels like it's already reached that point of being in the future. Which then when you see it in your head, you you bring that experience to you. How you what? It's your girl Connie, and you are watching another episode of A Freed Mind, where we take back the control of our minds instead of allowing our minds to control us and our reality. If you are new here, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so that way when I post, you will be notified and ready to tap in when it's time to tap in, okay? And so as y'all can see by the title of the episode, we're going to be talking about visualization. And to be exact, we're going to be talking about my experience of visualization and how it can help you on your journey to freeing your mind. Freeing your mind so that way you can attract the desires and the lifestyle that you want to have for yourself. Okay, so let's get into it. I've always saw myself like wanting to travel places and just see, the world, but then also like travel within the United States as like a child, teenager, throughout high school. And to be exact, LA has always been like my number one place to go and to be. And, growing up, I always knew like I'm going to get there. But to be honest, I can't lie to y'all. I definitely had a lot of doubts about me making it happen once I became an adult, or just thinking that I wasn't going to be able to do it when I became like 18, because my dream was to always be in LA by 18. So when I became 18 and it didn't happen, I just started doubting myself. Like, I can't even hold y'all. So one day I actually ended up reading this book called Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza. And in the book, it has like meditation prompts for you to do. And so one of the prompts was for me to do a meditation about visualization. And so I did the meditation. And after I was done, I pretty much just like kept going through the book, kept reading the book. And I pretty much just like let it go. Like I just did it and was like, okay, he said to visualize and feel how it feels to be there and stuff like that. So I did exactly what he said to do. And I pretty much just left it alone. After that, like 1 month later, I kid you not, I'm at my job and I'm talking to this girl and I'm like, oh, this summer I'm about to be outside. I'm like in my head, just like, I'm about to be outside. And I don't mean outside, I'm talking about like traveling. She was like, okay, well then let's go somewhere. I'm like, girl. So she's like, no, I'm serious. Let's go somewhere. She's like, let's go to Puerto Rico or somewhere like that. I'm like, well, I don't even have a passport. So we're like, okay, well, let's just go to the Virgin Islands. We ended up booking a trip to go to the Virgin Islands. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm really sitting here doing this. So we ended up going to the Virgin Islands. And it was the most beautifulest like experience ever, being somewhere not by myself, but like by myself without my family, like because I've always been in my hometown, but like that was like a great experience. Then I ended up, while I was in St. Croix, I got a text message from TME, which is the model experience, and they messaged me and told me that I was going to be able to walk in LA on the runway. And I'm like, this ain't even real. This not even real, Pookie. Y'all, so it ended up being real, because if you have not been following me, or if you haven't followed me, you have seen that vlog where I went to LA and I walked on the runway. So that ended up happening, right? When I got home from St. Croix, the next day that I got home from St. Croix, I ended up getting another text message telling me that I won a free trip for two to the Bahamas. Now, y'all probably wondering, how did all of this happen? And so at that moment, I'm thinking, like, what just happened? Like, I just literally went to St. Croix. I'm about to go to LA. I'm also got a free trip to the Bahamas. And it's all happened within literally like a few weeks. So less than a month. A month later after doing my visualization. So I had went through the books. I'm like, something in this book done did this. And so I ended up going back to like a few chapters within the book to the meditation about visualization, and really just kind of like broke down what was it that I did to bring that desire to me. Because before then, I've always thought that it's not possible for me to be able to travel, even though I really want to. I really want to go places. I want to see different things. I doubted myself so much. So I'm going to tell y'all exactly what I did, okay? Now, when you close your eyes and you start to see in your mind an image of something that you're trying to attract and desire, say you want to travel somewhere, or you want to manifest this relationship with, with your dream partner, or you want this specific career to come about, like anything that you consider to be a desire that you want to have, sit down, close your eyes, and visualize it in your head. And you have to be extremely detailed about what it is you want. Think about maybe what you might smell like, what perfume or cologne you might have on. Think about the clothes you're wearing. Think about where you're at exactly. If you're outside, then you need to visualize maybe your feet in the grass, or you need to visualize the sun beaming on you. You need to visualize it extremely detailed. Extremely detailed, to the point that it's like you dang near start to feel like you're actually there. And so when you start to see these things in your head, the visualization, and you're being extremely detailed, at that point, start to feel, you'll start to feel what it feels like to be there right then in that moment. So for me, I had visualized getting on a plane. I closed my eyes. I saw myself getting on a plane, and then I saw myself um, doing the takeoff, which everybody says that that's like the worst part. So I visualized taking off, and then I visualized being just somewhere. Really, in my head, I probably visualized being on the beach. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I visualized the sand in my feet. I visualized what I'd be wearing. I visualized to a T. And in that moment, I started to feel happiness, love, excitement, freedom, um, just all these positive emotions. Like, for example, if you want to like visualize, if you close your eyes, right? And say you visualize maybe your favorite meal, you'll start to feel pleasure. You'll start to feel happiness. You'll start to even feel um, hunger. You might even become hungry in that moment. Your mouth might just start watering. And so I gave you this example because I'm trying to get you to understand and see that in that moment that you're creating this visualization and you're matching your emotions to this visualization, your body doesn't know the difference between time and space. So what you just did, right, when you visualized that your favorite meal, you went back in time. Going back in time to that moment of experiencing this favorite food of yours. And since your body does not know the difference between time and space, then that means that you can put your body in a future experience with your mind. Y'all, I'm going to try to break it down a little bit more. So, because I don't know if y'all with me here, right? Our minds are so powerful to the point that you can travel to a future experience within your mind by visualizing it. When you visualize it and you feel the emotions of what that future event would have you in, like riding on a roller coaster. You know that riding on a roller coaster, you might be like, you could be scared. You could be excited. You could feel a rush of adrenaline. In that moment, your body will feel those emotions. It'll feel those emotions. And since it doesn't know the difference between like time and space, past and future, your body feels like it's already reached that point of being in the future. Which then when you see it in your head, you you bring that experience to you. When I did this last year in, maybe it was March, maybe it was this month, last year, a year ago. When I did this, I had no clue what I just done. I said, what is going on right now? And I went back and I was like, oh my gosh. And it's so real because if you think about it, it's like everything was created in the mind first. Before these, buildings and houses and cars and things like that were made, they were first made in your mind. The mind is the first place of creation. Okay? So that means that whatever you see is meant for you to have it. If you see it, it's possible for you to have it because that's the first place it's created, right? And so you got to think about it like, how did Beyonce become Beyonce? She saw it in her mind first. She saw herself singing on stages, doing the different things when it comes to music. How did Bill Gates create Microsoft? And I can't say the word right, but it's okay. Y'all understand. How did he create that? He saw it first. How did Elon Musk come up with Tesla? He saw it in his mind first. So whatever it is that you are seeing in your mind, even if you're not doing that specific exercise, whatever you see for yourself, it's possible for you to have it. And I'm just telling you a way of bringing that experience to you, right? And the key thing about it was when I did this, visualization meditation, right? And I visualized it and I felt it. I felt it with gratitude. I said thank you for this experience. Thank you that this experience had already happened. I I, I did it like that because the universe listens to gratitude 10 times more than any other emotion, right? But the key thing that I did, besides having gratitude for letting my body experience this future event that has not yet happened, I let it go. And the reason why it was so easy for me to let it go is because I didn't even know what I was doing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay. I let it go in a way of when I did the meditation, I put the book down. I kept reading and stuff like that, but I didn't think about bringing this experience to me. I just knew deep down that it was going to come. I wasn't trying to force it to come. I wasn't trying to create a situation where I knew it would come because the universe is going to bring this desire to you in the most unexpected way. Remember, I just told you I was at work and I was just talking out loud. I'm like, man, I'm about to be outside. And guess what? And guess what? Boom, booked the trip to St. Croix. Then I ended up seeing a free trip sign up thing. I went ahead and signed up. I'm like, I don't never win these things. Ended up signing up, won it. Then ended up filling out an application to be a model in LA. Was like, nah, I'm probably not gonna get that either. And this all happened before I even did those two things, the LA and the Bahamas. That happened before I even did the visualization. So I had no clue that that was even going to happen. But when I did that visualization and I felt it and I had gratitude and I let it go, oh, baby, the universe brought that to me like that. Like that. And so I pretty much just wanted to just tell y'all my experience on how I was able to visualize and bring this desire that I've always had for myself to be able to travel and go places to my reality. And it's the same thing for whatever it is you want. You want that new career, you want that new husband, you want that new that new Birkin bag, whatever it is you want, a child, love for yourself, maybe whatever you see for yourself, you could have it. You wouldn't, this is the thing, the creator would not show you something that you could not have. So if you saw it, that means that it's possible for you to have it. Like, why would he play with you like that? Why would the creator play with you like that? And show you a vision of you doing something great or you having something great, and he's just like showing it to you to mess with you. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that at all. Whatever it is that you see in your mind for you to have, you can have it. Everything starts here. And so, y'all, that pretty much was the episode. I really, really, really hope y'all got something from this episode. I thank you so much for tapping in with your girl and sticking it out with me, you know what I'm saying, to the end of the episode, period, you know what I'm saying. I need to stop acting like this. I really do. I'll be trying to control myself. But y'all, thank y'all so, so much for tapping in, and I'm going to see y'all next week.